La 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 la, la la. Oh, oh, oh. La 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 la, la la.
That's loud. That was a car.
If every day is just a dream, then who would I wanna be? Today I think I'll be the queen, flying through a time machine. Oh, my, discover what's deep inside. Oh, my, loving everything you find. La 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 la, la la. Oh, 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 la 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 la, la la. Discover what's deep inside. If I woke up in a sky of blue, wondered what I ought to do. Every second there's something so.
Hey guys, it's Lisa from New Life on the Road. We had so many great questions come through from our Facebook page. Thanks guys for the great questions. I've answered them in 2 videos so far, and this is our 3rd. So it's a series of 3 videos. If you want to know more, you can jump down below. I'll have the 2 links down there in regards to the questions that have already been asked and that I have answered. Moving on to Nicole. This is so fun. Hubby and I are thinking of buying a small motorhome big enough for us and Monty, our oldest dog, to travel. What are some good places to go to? We want to head to Darwin. We have been there by plane so many times but want to drive now. Nicole, great question. Buy that motorhome. Buy it tomorrow. We have travelled from Wollongong to Melbourne, this time in our camper van, but previously I've been there a few times by plane from the Sunshine Coast area. So I've been there I think about 3 or 4 times by plane, and I really was keen for the road trip way. So we haven't been to Darwin, so I can't tell you what great places there are on the way to Darwin, but I can tell you this. We used a Camp 6 book, and we've been very, very lucky to be given a Camps 7 Australia book. We are so fortunate to be given this. This arrived from Philip and Catherine, I think it is, or Kathy, who make this Camps 7 book. So this arrived and I can't wait to use it. What my suggestion would be for you, Nicole, is get a Camp 6 book or get a Camp 7 book or get any camps. It doesn't matter. Like I used Camp 6 and I loved it for us to go from Wollongong to Melbourne and back. We used it both ways. And we took the scenic way. We avoided the highway for most of the trip down and for most of the trip back. I don't think we even took the highway going down at all. I think we went the scenic way, so it took way longer, but it was the best because we got to see so much. On the way back, we went on the highway for a little bit and I looked at David and went, get us off this. This is boring. It's nothing to see. So we went all through the back ways, up through the snow and through Canberra, and oh, it was so pretty. So get a Camp 6 or Camp 7 book. I can't find my Camp 6 at the moment. I think it's next to my bed. I better find it. And plan your trip that way. Take the long way. Don't take the short way because you'll miss out on so many great places. Ask around too as you're arriving to each place. Ask around the locals. What do you suggest we go to next? Where do you suggest we go to? We had so many great recommendations just by talking to people in each place we stopped at. I really want to go to Darwin. I can't wait. It's on our to-do list. So yeah, take the scenic way, see as much as you can. Free camp as much as possible. We did a heap of free camping coming back from Melbourne. It was so good. There was one night we camped. The 2 boys camped in the camper van and David and I camped in the tent, and it was the most amazing camp spot. I have to remember where it was. We woke up in the morning and there was kangaroos, and then we went for a huge bushwalk, and it was free. There was no drinking water, no showers, but there was a pit toilet and we could wash our hands and we could cook our dinner. So it was just perfect for us. And if we smelt for one night, we smelt for one night. No big deal. So I hope that helps you, Nicole. Buy that motorhome and go for it. There's so much to see in Australia. Bruce. Okay, Bruce. Does the fun side of travelling, living in a bus or motorhome become frustrating to owning to continuous engine repairs and have high fuel cost? I can't answer the fuel cost. I think David will need to answer that for you. We get a really good mileage on our gas. I think it's like 4.5. I think it's 4.5 kilos. No. 4.5 Ks. But you're going to have to ask Dave. I know that it's really quite economical in our gas. It's quite good. I say this from a point of view as we own a classic 1968 FC Holden, and I drive buses for a living. As I have also crossed Australia in a classic Holden, towing a classic caravan in 2012 and broke down 120 kilometres west Eucla, I think it is. Car and van were floated back to Sydney, and NRMA covered most of the cost, but not all of it. But a bus, as much as I would love to go around Australia in a bus and a motorhome like yours, I think that breakdowns would be too much to handle from who wants to go around Australia with a classic caravan, but this time our classic car will stay home. Oh, and a 1970s classic van that it is. P.S. I cannot do my own repairs. Gosh, Bruce, that was a huge question. Yeah, for fuel cost, you'll have to clarify that with David, so I will ask him. We don't find it frustrating to find that we need to keep doing engine repairs. It's a 1970 Bedford. We can't expect much more. Of course, it's going to need repairs. Once we get the repairs that we are doing now, we're hoping she goes for a long time. We've just repaired and rebuilt the fuel injectors completely. We are doing the springs. We've just found that on the weekend that we took it out for a drive, we didn't have a charger charging properly for the batteries, so we've killed 2 batteries. So now we're buying a charger and 2 more batteries, which is a bummer because those batteries aren't old, but that's just part of living. If you owned a house, you've got to do house maintenance. You've got water bills, electricity, rates. And then if you're going to renovate or paint or maintenance, you've got all of that in a house. So we just cop it on the chin and keep going. We're very, very lucky with David. He's got a great boss at the moment, and we can order most of our parts through David's work or eBay. And we've been connecting with some really great people who are so kind to help us out with our repairs. We've just been very fortunate. Every time we've broken down, someone's been there to help us out. We've just been so lucky. And David's starting to learn how to repair the motorhome as we're going. He's picking up little bits and pieces of information, and he's working out how to restore the engine and how to fix it. And most of the engine work he's doing himself. So David's very handy that way. All I could say, Bruce, is if you're going to do it, then maybe buy a newer bus or a newer motorhome, one that's not so old, so the maintenance is not so big. Get it checked before you buy it. Get the motor checked before you buy it. Get the engine checked before you buy it. Get the framework checked before you buy it. I don't know. I can't really. Sorry, here comes Kyle.
Sorry,
I can't really say for you guys how you can go around that, except to buy something that's not so old. Buy something newer so that you've got more of a chance of it not breaking down, not needing repairs, not needing attention. That's the only thing I can think of. Or making sure you have lots of money for when she does break down and you're going to need to get it fixed. Or maybe, can you travel a different way? Can you travel in a car with a camper trailer, which won't be as heavy, won't be as big as a bus, won't cost as much in fuel? Can you travel in a car that's on gas? And again, that's a newer car, so that it's not going to break down, need repairs, need fixing, need attention. Maybe you can travel by train. There's a train from Sydney to Western Australia. Maybe you can travel that way. Or you could travel with bus tours. I'm just thinking outside the square here. So just thinking, what other ways can you travel if you can't do it in a motorhome? Do I regret buying our 1970 Bedford Comet? No. It's a classic, and it gets a lot of attention from a lot of people that says, gosh, look how good she looks. And she does look good. David's done a hell of a lot of work on the inside and outside. He's put a lot of love and attention into this baby. Would I buy something that old again? Probably not. Probably not. Now that I know what I know, I'd probably do a bit more research, a bit more planning, a bit more information based on my purchases for next time. One with an engine at the back, one with storage bins underneath, one with more bunk beds, one with a toilet as well as a shower. Just a few of my favorite things that I can think of that I would like. But yeah, it's really up to you guys how you want to travel. There's no right way of traveling. There's no wrong way of traveling. It's just whatever works for you guys. So I hope that works for you, Bruce. I hope that answered some of your questions. I hope that answered some of your questions, Nicole. And like I said, I've answered heaps of questions in 3 videos. So give us a thumbs up on all 3 videos. Check out the other ones below. We are on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. I'd love to connect with you all. And I will ask you again next week if you have any more questions that I can answer, because this is fun. Thanks guys for watching. Bye. See you next time.
Photos already.